Ho, ho, ho. I just stole this out of Nate Carter's fridge. Nate, if you watch this, thank you. And I ordered 3 boxes of them today, so I'll replace them for you. Guys, I'm in St. George. That's why I can steal that out of Nate Carter's fridge. And I am stoked. I love being here at the headquarters. I love showing up at 8:30 a.m. and there's a full office with people on the phones fighting to make it happen for this team. I love that this business is being built by people who care, by people who are willing to go the extra mile, by people who pour their heart and soul into making it happen. Talking to Alex Hafen every day and seeing how quickly he adjusts and adapts and does things that we need him to do and shows up. Talking to Emily and hearing how much she's invested and all her bright ideas and incredible insights and how much extra time she's willing to put in. Talking to obviously Nate and Luke and hearing their stories of how they built this thing and their vision for where it's going, and then meeting the different people on the retention teams and area management teams and everything like that, and just seeing how much they care. Like, it is so cool. It's so inspiring. Guys, I've been in this industry for going on 13 years now, and I didn't realize that I could care more than I previously did. I didn't realize that there was this whole other layer, that when you're with more of a local feeling mom and pop shop that's built its way into something special and done it the right way, you could feel even more like passionate and bought in. And I feel so proud of what we're doing. I feel so inspired and grateful, and I mean, proud's the right way to say it. Like, I am happy, and just wearing EnviroGuard on the chest feels right. Like, I'm fired up. And we work with, we tease the good guys thing. We work with some serious good guys. All the branch owners that I've met, all the service people that I've met, like, they want to do a good job. They want to show up, and that fires me up. I am so grateful to be here in St. George. It was a crazy experience moving the family. We have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and an almost 4-year-old, for those of you who don't know. My mom cried literal tears because my family lives like 3 or 4 houses up from her in Idaho. But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's a sacrifice that we got to make, and every day I'm going to show up, and every day everyone else is too, because this summer is our chance to prove and chase down greatness. I was talking to Mitch today about the lengths that we're willing to go to and just our vision for everything. And like, I am so bought in and excited. I hope all of you will join me and up-level your commitment. If you remember last week, I told that funny story about increasing your buy-in and the guy throwing his $2 bills into the urinal. If you didn't listen to that podcast, go listen to it to get the context. But we all need to increase our buy-in, because this is our chance. How do you increase your buy-in as a sales rep? Number 1, knock longer hours. That's probably the best immediate thing that you can do to increase your buy-in, improve your performance. Number 2, train more. Spend time Saturday evening, Sunday. Spend time in the mornings, in the late evenings, at lunch, reviewing Austin Mazur's live pitch videos. Guys, he's going to do another training for us in a week, and he's been awesome. So increase your buy-in, make it happen. Watch those videos, because we got to get the value out of them, and we need to get the value out of that. So make sure you watch those videos. Buy yourself a Segway. If you can't afford one, you can finance it. It's crazy. I don't give financial advice like that, but you could. That could be a way that you increase your buy-in. But double down, because this opportunity is special. It's going to mean something, and we need to show up and crush it together. We need it. So please take me serious. Please double down on this. Let's make it happen. Okay, so as I dive into this podcast, I'm going to do it the same format I've done it the last several weeks. First off, we're going to hit on some housekeeping items. Second, we're going to review some stats and give some shout outs. And then third, I want to share some lessons and insights. And I've got some really good lessons, insights, and stories for today. I'm going to fly through these housekeeping items because truthfully, a lot of these are review. Number 1, okay, on this team, we are the good guys. We approach everything with kindness and respect. When you're talking to a customer, you need to remember that you're always being recorded. Do not say anything that would embarrass you or the rest of the good guys and great gals Salesforce. Do not do anything that would embarrass EnviroGuard. Do not get bad reviews. I actually had one of the team leads call me, and they had a rep get 3 bad reviews, and we got rid of the rep. Okay? And it was pretty like ostentatious stuff. It was him cussing people out, saying the F word, things like that. Guys, I understand. I've knocked doors for a long time. You get bad reviews for just showing up and knocking on someone's door at 8 p.m. sometimes. But when you piss someone off, when you make them mad, I seriously want you to look them in the eyes, apologize, and move on. Be the bigger person. I posted a reel on Instagram this week about how as sales reps, we're not professional athletes. You're not famous. You're not a celebrity. Like, guys, we're one step above beggars. We're going and knocking on their doors, and out of the goodness and generosity of their heart, they're paying for pest control, and inevitably, that is what is going to buy you lunch, buy you dinner, pay for your mortgage, buy you a car, buy your first investment property, is hundreds and thousands of Americans who are willing to sign up for pest control and take a chance on EnviroGuard. And when they take a chance on EnviroGuard and you're the person at their door, they're taking a chance on you. So approach all these interactions with extreme gratitude, like extreme gratitude. And I view recruiting and you guys working for EnviroGuard in the same light. Like, I am so grateful that every single one of you sales reps is willing to show up and knock for EnviroGuard. I'm so grateful. I think about it every day. And that's why I work so hard. I've made a commitment that I will give everything because you guys are giving everything. We're all going to build this together. My goal, I told Mitch and I, and Mitch feels the same way, and so does Mark Wilmore and my brothers and McKenna and everybody. Like, I don't have billion-dollar dreams, right? This is nothing against the people who found the giant companies and do have billion-dollar dreams. Like, I root for them, and that's cool. I have $25 million dreams. And then the dreams that I have, it has 25 other people there with me who also have 8-figure paychecks, who've also built massive, 10 to $50 million in wealth because of what we do here. Like, I'm a team player, and I want the team to win together. And that's the vision for EnviroGuard, and that's what fires me up. So guys, approach every interaction, whether recruiting with customers, no matter what it is, approach it with extreme gratitude. Number 2, banners. Okay, we have four leaves on a clover. We have 4 flags that we want to wave and do the best at here in EnviroGuard. Number 1, we want to work the hardest. Okay, we want to show up and give an authentic, genuine, real effort. It might be the worst day ever, but if you worked your hardest, you can hang your hat on that and be proud. Number 2, we want to be financially savvy. I was talking to some of our new reps who are coming over from EcoShield today. Shout out Jasper, Noah, and David. David, 90%. I didn't get to talk to him quite as much. We need to hop on another call. But one of the things that they said they want the most out of this summer is learning financial literacy. And I'm really excited because, guys, we're going to deliver that for all of you. By the end of the summer, you're going to know on a high level how to invest in real estate. And I have some really cool plans that I'll roll out and share in the future of how we're going to get a ton of you into real estate investing. And that gets me really excited. So be financially savvy. That's point number 2. Number 3, honesty, integrity, and gratitude. Okay, again, we're doing things the right way. We're the good guys. We're kind to people. We're considerate. We're respectful. We say please and thank you. I was talking to McKenna, one of the office workers here, and early on she told me that she'd had a couple sales reps who weren't, they were rude and they were disrespectful and disingenuous. And I was so happy to hear that those sales reps have adjusted their tone. And they're using a smiley face emoji when they need help. And they're being considerate of her schedule and trying to schedule in text when they need something. And they're saying please and thank you. Guys, we're kind, okay? We have integrity. We express gratitude in everything that we do. And then number 4, okay? We care and we try. When all else fails, we care and we try. We show up, we give effort, we authentically care and give our best effort. That's all you can do. Sometimes a neighborhood's a little bit rougher. Sometimes a customer cancels. Sometimes a sales rep has something happen and can't come out for the summer. And when those things happen, we don't hang our heads in depression and gloom. We say, well, I tried. I did my best, and I care about that person. I care about this situation. That's all you can ask out of someone. And I'm asking that of every single one of you. Show that you care, show up and try. Moving on, no negativity on the teams. Okay, good vibes only. We want to be ridiculously, delusionally optimistic. Do not be cancerous to the team and start spouting off about how you hated so-and-so customer, how your driving partner is the worst ever, how whatever it is, you hate this area. No, extreme delusional optimism. Josiah, delusional optimism. I love that. Approve. Big reminder for approve. Okay, we're doing the Clover accounts. One of you is going to win a K-Truck. How do you do a Clover account? You work the hard, Oof, been a long day. Number one, easy pay. Does the customer understand as well that this is an agreement? Have you been honest with them? That's number one. Number two, is it a 24-month agreement? If it's not a 24-month, try and get them on an 18. That's like a 3.75 Clover. Okay, multi-year agreement, especially 24-month. Number three, did you do approve? Again, guys, this gives the company legal ground to stand on business and hold this customer to the contract. I had a conversation with a sales rep from another company the other day, and they said, dude, EnviroGuard does not let people out of the contract. Like, it's crazy. And then we were talking to a couple of call center people here, and they said, yeah, Nate and Luke have trained us that when they blame, because customers will blame it on stuff, right? When they blame it on like a medical issue, right? I have to cancel because of this crazy medical issue. You know, we got to pray for those people and hope that they turn out okay. But a lot of people will use that to get out of a contract. They make them show proof. They say, yeah, go ahead and email me a doctor's note and we'll make it happen for you. When there's a death in the family, they say, yeah, go ahead and email me over the death certificate, and at that point we'll cancel the contract. Like, how cool is that? We are holding people to the contract. But in order to be able to do that at the highest level, we have to do our part as sales reps. We have to explain things clearly, honestly, concisely, and hold them to it through approve. Okay, that gives us another layer of protection. And then number four, send them a welcome text and a referral. This will get you guys more business. It will make people like you. Sell Clover accounts. One of you is going to win a K-Truck. We updated everybody on the standings, who's done the most approves over the last week. And Tucker out there in Central Alabama was number one. So shout out Tucker. Good job. I shared this example last week, but why do Clover accounts? Okay, and I'm going to look at this. If a rookie does $300,000 in sales and does 0 Clover accounts, retention could be really bad. If you're dishonest as a sales rep, you're costing yourself money, it could be very bad. If you factor in a 60% retention, he's going to make about $85,000, which is still good money. Like, truth be told, shout out that guy. He sold enough. That's still freaking good money. Now, on the inverse of that, if you had 100% Clover accounts, you did $300,000 in sales, your retention is going to be 25% better. You're at 85% retention. That guy's taking home $132,000. It's $47,000 in commission differences. All because he was honest. All because he did 24 months. All because he always collected Easy Pay, told the customer the truth. Because he did his approve. Because he sent a welcome text and he asked for referrals. Guys, it's hard, but it's not that hard. It takes discipline. So do the hard thing, practice, perfect it, and let's clean up and let's do everything the right way. Again, we got to live lucky. We got to create our own luck. We got to search through 5,000 3-leaf clovers to find the one with 4 leaves. We have to do things the right way. That's what this is all about. Some shout outs. The company serviced 1,693 customers last week, $1.531 million in new revenue. It's a lot of cheddar. Congratulations, everyone. As a team, we can do some pretty remarkable things. Waco led the company with 342 deals. Oh, wait, I got this in reverse order. San Antonio led the company with 371 deals. Shout out San Antonio. Tyler had 198. Average contract value, we crushed it. We're going up. Okay, I've been challenging you guys, and I'm going to continue to do so, but we're going up. Corpus Christi, 1,065. Pensacola, 1,063. Lubbock, 1,007. We had 3 teams over 1,000. Last week we only had 2. Shout out Lubbock, making it happen. Amarillo, 937. Austin, 937. San Antonio, 916. Waco, you were this close. You were closer this week than last, 891. Fort Myers, 886. This close. Let's bump that up a little bit. Central Alabama, 857. Okay, good job. Tyler and Yuma, you guys were a little bit lower. Tyler, 785. Yuma, 696. Keep bumping that up. Remember, $10 more on the monthly. You guys add $110 to your contract value. Make it a priority. It'll be worth it. It pays you more money. I'm going to give a shout out here. I just called Yuma out. Yuma had 98% of their deals on multi-years. So their CV might be a little lower than his ideal, but shout out Yuma for crushing it on multi-years. 98%, that's ridiculous. As a company, we had 63.1%, which is a 0.5% higher than last week. Keep bumping that up. Sell those multi-years. Guys, it will pay dividends. Okay? 7% better retention. That's what Nate and Luke say their data showed. 7%. That's significant. Push. I also believe, and data shows, if you anchor with a 24 or a 36 month, and then you price drop with reducing the contract terms, you will sell more deals. You guys heard Ryan Pay today. He was at like 85% on the 50 freaking deals that he did last week. He said he'll tell people jokingly, it's just 72 months. And I'll say, no, I'm kidding. Most of my customers I get on a 36. If you guys would rather, I can just do a short 24 month. Would you rather 24 or 36? Oh, let's do the 24. Great, we'll lock it in. That's amazing, okay? If you need to, price drop from there. Go down to 18 and then 12. It's worth it. Okay? And again, one of the things that I pride myself on, and you all should too, you're an important part of EnviroGuard. Okay? We need you. This is a small family-owned business. We need every single person to look out for the best interest of the business. When you sell someone on a multi-year, it's better for the business. You should do it selfishly for yourself. You should also do it abundantly because the business needs every single one of you to do things the right way. And we all want to do that because we're good guys. And when you're a good guy, you always win here. Average initial, $74. That's $1 higher than last week. Nice work, everybody. Let's bump that up another $1 this next week and keep going from there. I believe we can get over $80 within the next week. So anchor high. It's the same with the initial as it is the monthlies. The higher you anchor initially, normally my first one's $399. I'm taking off $200, doing it for just $199. I'm taking off $150. Doing it for just $249. The higher you anchor initially, the higher you'll end up. And it gives you more price drops. Okay? Imagine how incredible a price drop down to $49 will be when you started negotiating at $199 or $249. Okay? It gives you 2 or 3 price drops that you can get in there that are actually significant. If you start and you say, normally my first one's $399, I'm dropping it all the way down to $69 on this first one. You don't have much price drop, leverage that they're going to care about. They don't care about $20. People buy after a certain number of Resolve Ace closes. They don't buy at a certain price. So be stingy. Keep that initial high. It'll be worth it. Some individual shout outs. Oh, Lubbock and Pensacola were over $100. In fact, Lubbock was at $129. Shout out Lubbock. Some shout outs to top reps from last week. Mason Healy with 40K led the company. Nice job, Mason. Mason's going to talk to us tonight, but his average contract value is $1,266. His average initial was $92, and he had 66% multi-years. Nice work, Mason. Bridger Swafford, $38,000. Ryan Pay, $38,000. Ryan Plant, $33,000. Alan Sarka, $24,000. Garrett Checkitz, $23,000. Costner, $22,000. John Martin, $21,000. David Gutierrez, $20,000. And Hayden Dick, $20,000. Nice job, everybody. Guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 10 of these dudes had an above $1,000 ACV. That means something. It's easier to sell big numbers if you have a big contract value. High initials, Mason Healy with 92, Alan Sarka with 106, John Martin with 90, Hayden Dick with 86. Nice job, everybody. Multi-years, Hayden Dick had 100%. Ryan Pay had 85%. Bridger Swafford, 72, Mason Healy, 66. Garrett Checkitz, 77. Nice job, Garrett Checkitz. That makes me happy. Guys, we're doing good. Okay? I am so proud of everybody. We are doing good. Now, that doesn't mean we shouldn't do better. Doesn't mean we shouldn't chase down more. We should. But I do think it's important to recognize we're doing great. There's a lot going right. And that should make every single one of us smile. Now, a couple weeks ago, I talked about how inevitably things are going to go wrong. I want to reiterate that. Stuff happens. Service Pro messes up your account. Maybe we don't have enough Service Pros. Okay? Maybe the call center tells your customer something wrong. Maybe your customer talks to their husband and the husband stuff happens. But when it does, control how you feel about it. And that's the lesson and story that I want to talk about tonight. So Parker, if Parker's listened to this, Parker Pinelli, Parker Nelson, he's in Austin right now. One of my favorite dudes that I get to work with this year. He got me to start reading these books called the Red Rising series. And I'm going to encourage all of you, when you're not training, download Audible, listen to these Red Rising books. Okay, listen to it on your drive out to area, your drive home. I love, and this might surprise some of you because I seem like a big meathead, I'm sure. I actually love learning and I love reading. I got a 34 on the reading section of the ACT when I was back in high school. If you've never taken the ACT, that's a dang good score. I got a 34 on the section. I actually love reading. Like, I really enjoy it, and I've read a lot of books. And I don't just like self-help books. I do like self-help books, but often I enjoy like more fiction. And I especially like the Hunger Games books. I love the Maze Runner series. I love the Lord of the Rings series. I love The Hobbit. I like all those books. And Red Rising is essentially like Lord of the Rings meets Hunger Games. It's kind of like the vibe, with some outer space in there, a lot of outer space in there. And it's awesome. One of my favorite series of all time. Anyways, I'm on the 4th book, and there was a quote in this book. And one of the reasons I like these books is because you still learn something from them, and it keeps your brain sharp. There was a quote in this book the other day that I absolutely ate up. Parker, you'll probably remember this quote. It's freaking good. Okay, and it's this person talking about something that they learned from one of the leaders, and it says, "Self-pity is the plebeian's luxury. All that occurs is either endurable or unendurable. If it is endurable, endure it. If it is unendurable, follow others to the grave." Oof, it's home. Listen again. Self-pity is the plebeian's luxury. A plebeian is a commoner in Roman times, okay? Self-pity is the commoner's luxury. All that occurs, everything that happens, is either endurable or unendurable. If it is endurable, endure it. If it is unendurable, follow others to the grave. What a well-written, poetic quote. Basically what it's saying is everything in life is either life or death. Most things in life are not life or death. If it is life or death, you might kick the bucket, and that's just the end of things. But everything else is life. And so make the most of it and endure it. And I got to thinking about this, and I would add one word to this sentence. I would add, endure it well. Okay? Most things in life are not life or death. If it is, hopefully you live. That's scary. At some point, I guess we're all faced with that. That's the human experience. But everything leading up to there wasn't life or death. And so you can choose to endure it because that's your only option. You're going to endure it. And you might as well endure it well. You might as well make the most out of it. You might as well try and enjoy it and learn from it and grow from it and just do the best you can. Just endure it. Okay? That's all we can do. If it's not going to kill you, endure it. Make it through. Make the most out of it. Okay? I thought through a few other quotes that go along with this. Will I be better because of this? Will I grow from this? Will I make it through? And how will I make it through? Now, guys, I'm obviously talking about this because at times stuff happens. The summer, if you haven't experienced it yet, can be really freaking hard. Sometimes you get home and you feel beat up and you feel depressed. After a long day, you might be like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do that again. Guess what? You can. I was having a conversation with another sales rep. I think it was Aiden. Hopefully it was Aiden. Shout out Aiden. And Aiden talked about how, was it Aiden? I don't remember. Anyways, they talked about how it's hard to think I can do this every day for 125 days in a row. Yeah, that's hard. But can you do it tomorrow? I can do it tomorrow. Okay, focus on that. And then do the same thing again the next day. Suffering is inevitable. Wallowing is optional. Endure with purpose, or it will only consume you. How do I make the most of this? How can I make lemonade from the lemons? Okay? I want you guys to think through all these perspectives and then endure well. Learn, grow, develop, become. Rough waters makes a great sailor. Smooth waters do not. One of my all-time favorite quotes. This is from a church leader. Says, and I never remember quotes perfectly. It's the idea that is important to me. But it says, none of us can control the direction of the wind, but we can adjust our sails. None of us know exactly what's going to happen or at what direction it's going to come at us from. But we can always adjust our sails to try and get to where we want. We have complete and total control over how we handle what we do, how we pivot, all these different things. And that matters. Okay? What you do about it matters. In the human experience, life isn't fair. Some people start at point A, others start at point B, and that's just how it is. There's no way to make it fair. Now, what can you do about it? That's the part where life is measured. Okay? If you start, I'm going to use a football reference here. If you start at the 50-yard line and you score a touchdown, that's freaking awesome. Good for you. Some people start at the 20-yard line. Others start at the 10, and some people start in the stadium. Okay? You can't control where you start out, but you can control the direction you head, how you adjust to the circumstances of life, and largely where you end up. Now, I'm not naive to the fact that some people are gifted, some people are talented, some people have natural deficiencies on the other side of it, right? Some people have handicaps. Some people have character traits that are harder. Some people have life variables that make their human experience very difficult. And I believe that, and I recognize it. And I respect the crap out of those people who can make the most out of a bad situation. I respect that, okay? Everybody, however, can control how they react, how they adapt, what they do about it. And if you don't believe that, this is the wrong freaking job for you. If you don't believe that you can influence the outcome of life by what you believe, what you do, how you react, how you adapt, then this is the wrong job, and you should hang up your knocking shoes and go home right now. Delete the apps. Wrong job. Every single one of you should believe that you have ultimate control over where you end up. Ultimate control. Okay? Now, you got to mix this in with faith, right? A lot of us have faith and believe in a higher power and things like that. And you're like, well, how do I reconcile that with faith? It's a little bit of a complex process, but here's how I do it. I believe that I have complete and total control over most things that happen to me in life because of how I react, how I adapt, and what I'm going to do about it. And I believe that God, Jesus, the higher power, wants me to be successful and chase those things down. Now, sometimes life has curveballs and hardships and difficult lessons, and I always believe that those, the higher power will help us when we ask for help and things like that. That said, I believe that largely it's up to me. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Okay? And I always ask for, help and guidance and confirmation and things like that. Like, I try and be a spiritual guy. But my mentality is, hey, this outcome depends on me. I can control it. And because I believe that, I get a lot of stuff done. And I work freaking hard. And I try and find creative solutions when there's difficult problems. Because I believe that I can impact the outcome. There's two life philosophies, and I learned about these in a psychology class at BYU. We've got a few of you who are studying psychology in school, I'm sure, and I might butcher this. But again, I remember the concept. Number one, internal locus of control. Number two, external locus of control. Now, those are big fancy words to say that there's two types of people. There's one type of person who believes that nothing they do matters, right? It's the environment, and all they can do is react to the environment. Nothing they do changes what happens because things are kind of set in their way, and it's our job to just react, and, it's all we can do. And then there's this second that has this internal locus of control that says, yes, I can't control what happens, but I can control how I react. And when I adapt positively, when I adjust what I do, I can win and I can get ahead of it. I want to use a specific example, okay? And I'm going to relate this to sales reps because we're all sales reps. So I've led teams for a long freaking time. And there's one summer where I had this sales rep, and truthfully, I would have bet everything that he would be a top sales rep. I would have bet everything. And I'm not joking, okay? I would have put all my money that this guy would be maybe not the top, but a top sales rep. I mean, this guy was handsome, okay? He was like ridiculously handsome. Like, you see him and I'm like, that's a good looking dude. I mean, you kind of know, you're like, he's got a nice jawline, he's got bright blue eyes, he's got the curly dark hair, he's got olive skin, he's jacked. I don't think he played college sports, but he was a good athlete, in great shape. Like, he had it all. Came from a wealthy family, right? Grew up with parents who cared about him, grew up with parents who were worried about him, learned good things. And this guy, I'm not going to say anything bad about him. He's a great person. But when it came to this job, he was not good. And I thought he'd be amazing. I sincerely thought he'd be a top rookie. And so this sales rep gets out there, and everything that happens, he's like, the neighborhood hated me today. Not much I could do about it. I had one guy in the contract, but he wouldn't give me payment. What can I do? Bad luck. Not much I can do about it. I was trying to have a good day, but my driving partner his bad vibes rubbed off on me. Well, what can I do? Bad luck. And everything about the job was out of his control. He didn't fight to win because he didn't believe that it really was him that could determine the outcome. Okay? This kid had been kind of spoon-fed and given everything in life. And again, kind, nice, I care about this guy. I'm sure he's doing great things in life. We haven't super kept up, but good person. But he believed that nothing he did truly mattered, and all he could do is kind of react, and he's a leaf in the stream, right? I had this other sales rep, and I'm going to say his name, Tyler, okay? And Tyler had been through a life much harder than most of us. Maybe there's a few of you out there who've had a similar experience, but my growth was not like this. I started out on the 50-yard line. I have some incredible freaking parents, and I grew up in a culture and a home that was healthy and supportive and good, and I'm so grateful. And I want to honor my parents, and I want to honor my family by improving the family name and situation even better, and doing the most that I can to be a good dad and give my kids the same experience and help others where they can. I started out on the 50-yard line. Tyler, he started out in the freaking parking lot. He never knew his dad. His dad was, for all intents and purposes, a criminal. He was in and out of jail, drug addict, never knew his dad. Mom passed away when he was young, like teenager. Hopefully it's okay that I'm sharing this. Most of you guys won't know who it is anyways, but a lot of you will. Mom passed away when he was a teenager, and so he kind of had to raise himself. He had a stepdad who supported him some, but it wasn't quite like a father-son. And the stepdad, it's not like he was crushing it at life. He was barely scraping by, and he had other kids, biological kids, we had to make a priority. And so Tyler kind of bounced around. He actually shared to me that Tyler would do crazy, crazy things for people in the neighborhood, things that people who grew up on the 50-yard line couldn't dream about, just to be able to get food stamps so that he could get food and survive. And I hear that story and I get emotional because I'm like, man, I'm really grateful for the situation and opportunity that I was born into, that I did nothing to deserve. I'm grateful. It's a big gratitude thing for me. I'm really grateful, and I want to help and provide support. And this sales rep, I really cared about him, and I believed him. And guys, he wasn't special at the start. He wasn't great, and he never became the very best. But I saw him approach challenges and difficulties and situations with the exact opposite mentality. He would have a hard time, and he'd say, well, instead of what can I do, he'd say, well, what more can I do? What more can I do? Can I say the pitch a little differently? Can I change how I ask for the credit card? Can I ask a second time for the card? Can I call the manager and see if she'll give the card to the manager? Can I have them collect payment when they show up? He's trying to find solutions. Okay, he'd have a rough day in area, and he'd say, well, I probably need to learn to sell that demographic at a higher level. That's something I could do about that. I can practice selling rich people. I haven't ever spent time around them. Of course, I need to get better at that. When his driving partner would be mean, he'd say, well, hey, Garrett, I'd rather not spend time around that driving partner. He's really negative and it's tearing me down. Instead of talking crap, though, he'd say, would it be possible for me to change driving partners, or do you think you could help me have a conversation with him to kind of fix that dynamic and have him be a little bit more positive? Instead of, what can I do? There's nothing I can do about this situation. His perspective was always, what more can I do? Is there something else that I can do? Is there anything that I can improve, that I can change, that I can adjust to improve and better the situation? Guys, I watched this sales rep, and again, he was never the best, but he was special. He made it from the parking lot to at least the 50-yard line, and he's scoring touchdowns now. I watched him grow so much watched him get a wife, have a little family, they have a baby, watched him buy a house, watched him start a business. Like, I'm freaking proud of this person. Again, life's full of twists and turns and ups and downs, and we all have our hardships, we all have our lessons to learn, but I am like so extremely proud of this sales rep. I'm more proud of him than I am most other people and even myself, because I saw who he became in the process. And I saw how impactful and powerful that mentality is. And his whole life, he had to fight and learn and get ahead. And that's truly, like, this job boiled down is, in a small way, I believe, a model, right? Like a little model airplane of life, right? I think this summer, I think this opportunity is a little mini version of what life can be. Not all of you are going to be exceptional at this job. I don't mean that if you're not exceptional at this job, you won't be exceptional at anything else. I don't believe that. I believe we have some really freaking incredible people who will change the world, who probably suck at this job and won't even finish the summer. It happens. It's not for everybody. But I do believe that how you approach this job and what you do during your time working here will echo and reverberate throughout your entire life. Do you show up with integrity? Do you work the hardest you possibly can? Do you try and give more than you take? Do you try and be authentic and sincere and kind? When something happens and you're not good at this job, do you say, nah, what can I do about it? Not much. I have no control. Just a crappy neighborhood. Meh. Moving on. That sucks. I'm going to be negative. Or do you say, what more can I do? Should I train? Should I prepare more? Should I ask for help? You know, what more can I do? Like, authentically, is there something that I can do better? Guys, it will echo and reverberate through your entire life. I am so grateful for this career, this opportunity that each and every one of us has. And I want to challenge you guys to take extreme ownership, right? That's the principle I'm talking about today. Extreme ownership over your life and over the outcomes of this summer. If you do not do well this summer, it's not my fault. It's not Mitch Fry's fault. It's not Nate and Luke. It's not your regional manager. It's not your team leader. It's not the branch owners. It's not the customers on the doors. You got to look the guy in the mirror. That's whose fault it is. If you do extremely well this summer and you change your life, it's not because of me, not because of Mitch, not because of the Carters, your regional manager, your team leader, or the customers. It's you. You got to look yourself in the eyes and say, I did a great job. You got to give thanks to the good man, big man upstairs, but it's you, okay? You're the person doing it. I wrestled in high school, and it's an extremely individual sport. You win or you lose out there on the mat, and that taught me that. Extreme ownership. There's no one else to blame other than you. So guys, if you're not getting the training that you want or need, you can blame people, or you can ask for help. You can figure out ways to learn and improve. If you're not getting, if you're not making enough money, okay, sell some more accounts. Stay out later. If you're unhappy doing the 10 accounts a week that you're currently doing, figure out a way to get to 15. Extreme ownership. And the good news for you is you're surrounded by people who care. So while it's you who is ultimately responsible for your success or your failure, everyone around you cares, supports, and wants to be there on your journey. One of my favorite quotes, big quote guy. I'm sharing a lot of them today. And I went way longer on this than I meant. But hopefully it's been good. If I have seen farther, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Okay? Try and learn in every opportunity that you get. Try and participate and share in the journey for everyone that you can. Oh, that was the wrong quote. Here's the one I was thinking of. That's a good one too. In my walks, I have found every man I meet in some way is my superior. In that, I learn from him. Okay? Try and learn from everyone that you interact with. Sometimes you're learning the things you don't want to do. Good news is, guys, you're surrounded by an incredible group of exceptional people. And in some way, every single person you interact with is going to be better than you at something. Approach this opportunity with the mentality of, how can I learn from them? How can I take what they have and make it my own and become even better because of it? And if you can do that at a high level this summer, if you can have the extreme ownership that I'm talking about on a really high level this summer, you will do amazing things this summer and forevermore. I believe that, okay? I truly, truly believe that this internal locus of control, this extreme ownership principle, this what more can I do instead of what can I do about it, will change your life. Guys, this summer's about making money, right? We're all hoping to make money, but it's so much bigger than that. We're becoming the best versions of ourselves. We're learning every day. We're growing. We're the good guys. We're doing things the right way. I love this team. I'm proud of this team. I get real fired up and passionate in these podcasts sometimes, and they're live videos. I don't get a redo. So once in a while I say something and I'm like, I didn't quite say that perfect. I hope you guys know that I authentically care more than anything else. I'm proud to be a part of this team. I'm proud to be a good guy. I'm proud to wear EnviroGuard on my chest. I'm really, really grateful for each of you. And I'm asking each of you something huge. I'm asking you to step up to the plate, swing with all your might, and hope that we can hit this ball out of the park. I'm asking you to run as hard as you can, sprint. I'm asking you to be more disciplined than you've ever been. I'm asking you to show up when you don't want to. I'm asking you to give everything. I don't want just a couple good days or a half-hearted effort. I want it all. I promise I'm going to give my all. I promise I'm going to do my best. I promise I'm going to show up every single day. I know that Mitch will. I know that Mark Wilmore will. I know that Andrew and Ryan Myers will. I know that Nate and Luke Carter will. I know that Alex Hafen will. Emily, all the other branch owners. I know that this team is committed. So show up. We're going to show up too. I love you guys.